How are you guys?
Let's roll.
Meow 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 meow.
Uwian na! Mag-in-drive ka na lang. Pumili ng kotse at driver para sa biyahe pasok sa
Meow
budget.
meow.
In-drive, your budget-friendly rides. I-download na.
All new Jollibee
Meow,
app.
meow,
Mas
meow,
madali lang mag-order ng Jollibee favorites mo. Download now.
Blitzcrank is a champion that we knew from the beginning that we really wanted to have in our game.
We knew Blitz was going to be our first true grappler in the game. Just look at those hands.
Yeah, they're
One
ready.
grab.
They're ready for that command grab. Blitzcrank is from Zon. They were kind of designed to clean up after all the sump and all of the waste that's all around there. So we actually named a lot of their moves after that. The whole idea is that while also trying to clean the streets of Zon, literally, they are also trying to clean up the streets of Zon figuratively by helping people, and they're just trying to do their best. They have all these interesting moves. We actually named them after cleaning supplies and cleaning equipment. And so they repurpose their cleaning functions for battles. We got things like air purifier, you see a spinning turbine, or
Hey, ¿qué es la que hay, mi gente? It's Rocky here from SpeakSpanishFaster.com, and in today's video, we are going to be doing a conversational Spanish video that's full of different conversational Spanish phrases that you can use in different scenarios. So, I've separated this video into different parts, and I will put the timestamps on those parts so you can fast forward and rewind however you want. And also, throughout this video, we will introduce a new addition, which is called our spaced repetition reviews. So at random parts throughout the video, I'll stop and we will review what we've just studied.
Gentlemen, this is it.
So that way you can download those better into your brain so that you can remember the phrases better and so that you can use them effectively. Now, really quick, I want to thank everybody. YouTube finally sent, it didn't take that long, but they sent us our 100,000 subscriber play button. So, special shout out to everybody that's been a part, that's been watching this channel, that's been supporting us. We thank you guys so much for all your support and it wouldn't be possible without you. All right, so next up, we got the gold play button that we got to get for 1 million subscribers. So we got a long time before we get that, but hopefully, you know, one of these days we'll get it. So how this video is going to work, I'm going to share my screen. You should see my screen right now. And we're going to go over, like I said, different scenarios, different phrases. I'll show you the phrase in Spanish and English. And definitely write down some of the phrases that you need to remember. But first, what I would do is just go through the entire video, and then you can kind of come back and write down some phrases that maybe you really want to remember. All right, now in the beginning, some of the phrases will seem easy because greetings and stuff like that are usually phrases that we learn, some of the first things we learn in Spanish class. But as we go on, the phrases will get a little more advanced. So prepare, all right? So I'm going to kind of run through the early ones since they are easier and since most people will probably know them, but it's always good to review. And then we'll get to more difficult ones. So first, buenos dias, good morning, buenas tardes. You can also say buenas. So if you like walk into a store or something, and a lot of times people will say buenas. I remember I went to Colombia, and every store you go in, they're like, buenas, buenas. So remember that. Buenas noches, that means good night. Now, I know in America, right, when we see somebody, we don't really say buenas noches. We don't really say good night. Like, hey, how you doing? Good night. You know, but in Spanish, it's more common to say, like, you know, hey, buenas noches. You know, ¿cómo estás? Stuff like that. So, of course, that's how you say good night. Saludos is a greeting. So when would you say greetings? Like if you just walk into a place, you could just say, hey, saludos, ¿cómo estás? Like, hey, you know, greetings, how are you doing? So that's how you would use that. ¿Qué tal? ¿Qué tal is like the neutral way to say what's up. So whenever I start my videos, I always start the vids like, hey, ¿qué la que hay? Or if you go to the Dominican Republic, you'll hear everybody say, hey, ¿qué lo que? That's what's up. But a neutral way to say that is ¿qué tal? So if I went to like Spain and I said, hey, ¿qué la que hay? Or ¿qué lo que? They might not know exactly what I'm saying. But if I say ¿qué tal? You can pretty much go to any country and use ¿qué tal? And it'll work. Like they'll know what you're saying. So ¿qué tal? Hola, ¿cómo estás? There. ¿Cómo te va? ¿Cómo te va is another way to say like how's it going? And I highly recommend switching it up. Don't always say ¿cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás? Like switch it up sometimes. Hey, ¿cómo te va? You know, stuff like that. ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas? What is your name? Pretty simple. You can also say ¿cuál es tu nombre? But ¿cómo te llamas is more common, I would say. So now let's kind of get into introducing ourselves here. Me llamo Rocky. My name is, I could also say, mi nombre es Rocky. But keep in mind, you can't say me llamo es. Or you can't say mi nombre Rocky. Like, you have to say mi nombre es or me llamo. What's your name? You can't say me llamo es. That's one mistake I see a lot. Not a lot, but some beginners do. So, soy Rocky. But keep in mind, I would say. So now, let's kind of get into introducing ourselves here. Me llamo Rocky. My name is, I could also say, mi nombre es Rocky. But keep in mind, you can't say me llamo es. Or you can't say mi nombre Rocky. Like, you have to say mi nombre es or me llamo. What's your name? You can't say me llamo es. That's one mistake I see a lot. Not a lot, but some beginners do. So, soy de Washington, D.C., soy de Colombia, soy de Puerto Rico. I'm from this. Or you can't say mi nombre Rocky. Like, you have to say mi nombre es or me llamo. What's your name? You can't say me llamo es. That's one mistake I see a lot. Not a lot, but some beginners do. So, soy de Washington, D.C., soy de Colombia, Soy de Puerto Rico. I'm from, and then you state where you're from. Tengo blank años. So if you want to say I'm 20 years old, tengo 20 años. Tengo 30 años. Pretty simple there. Trabajo como. So if somebody asks en qué trabaja, you could say trabajo como maestro. I work as a teacher. Trabajo como policía. I'm a police officer. So that's how you would say I work as, and then whatever it is that you work as. Me gusta, very simple, I like. Now, one thing to remember here is it's me gusta blank if you're talking about something singular, like me gusta, let's see, I don't know, like it's always singular when it's always gusta when we're talking about something singular or a verb after it. So me gusta jugar, I like to play.
This is you. Wait, no, this is you. And you want to conquer the world of Albion? Here's what you have to do. Craft a pickaxe, gather some more, smelt the ore, make a set of armor, craft it. No, now's not the time for fishing. Go and craft a sword already. Now that you're all geared up, find a dungeon, kill the boss, get some loot, go to the city, enlist into a faction, conquer an outpost. Well, stop petting your enemy's wolf. Get back into the fight. You might learn some discipline by joining that guild. Follow the orders of the wise and noble guild leader. Perhaps it's better to create your own guild. Recruit players, go into the Outlands. Recruit more players, build a hideout. Recruit even more players, prepare everyone for battle, and conquer a castle. See? It's that simple. Now go out there, brave warrior, and conquer the world. Ooh, I suppose it wasn't meant to be. But perhaps you, loyal viewer, will do better. So download today and conquer the world of Albion Online.
You should play tonight, Hennessy, because you're going to meet the most
Me gusta mi carro. I like my car, but my car is singular here, so it's me gusta mi carro. Now, if it's plural, like my cars, you would say me gustan mis carros. Me gustan los perros. So just remember that when we're referring to me gusta, gustar, or gustar is what's referring to the objects. Okay, so this is really like what's liking to me. So maybe I should do a whole video on how to conjugate gustarse, because it can be complicated. But main thing to remember is if you're talking about I like to do something, or I like singular, say me gusta. Now if you're saying I like numerous things, like, oh, I like women, me gustan las mujeres. I like women, me gustan las mujeres. All right, so just something to remember. Mucho gusto, nice to meet you. I put nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Encantado or encantada de conocerle or te. So if you're a male, you would say encantado de conocerte. So it's like, you know, I'm happy to meet you, enchanted to meet you, okay? But if you're female, you would say encantada de conocerle or te. So if you're wondering why it's le, conocerle, or conocerte, you would say conocerle if you're speaking more formal. Conocerle, that's the formal usted form. Now if you're saying conocerte,
Meow, meow.
then it's you in the informal way. So either way, you're good. Mi pasatiempo favorito es. So my favorite hobby is. So I could say mi pasatiempo favorito es jugar baloncesto. My favorite hobby is to play basketball. Estoy aprendiendo español. This is a simple one. Estoy aquí para. I'm here for. Now, let's go to asking for directions. This is very, very important for traveling and stuff like that. To know. So, podría decirme cómo llegar a. Could you tell me how to get to? Now, I use podría here with no S Because usually if you're talking to somebody you don't know, like an Uber driver or a taxi, you would speak in the usted. Podría decirme. But, so that's the usted. But I could also say podrías decirme. Then that would mean like, could you tell me? That's a little more informal. Now, luckily for someone like me, and like most Spanish speakers, or at least in Puerto Rico, we cut the S. So we're good either way, because we just say podría decirme. And that could be, am I saying podría or podrías? It's the same thing here, podría decirme, because I cut the S. So either way, however you want, it's really all about preference. ¿Dónde está? So where is? So ¿dónde está la tienda? Where is the store? Okay, ¿dónde está mi carro? Where is my car? So ¿dónde está? And then you put the noun, whatever it is that you're looking for. ¿Por dónde se va a? So this you would say, which way to? So this is another way of saying, you know, where is it? So ¿por dónde se va a la tienda? So like, which way to the store? All right, so this is more location based, where the other one is like, where is the object? This is like, which way, like asking for the actual directions to a place. Puedo preguntarle cómo llegar a? Can I ask you how to get to? So again, I'm using, this is the last time I'll say this because you'll see it throughout the entire presentation, but puedo preguntarle could also be puedo preguntarte, right? It's the same thing. One is talking to usted, one is just the informal you. So anytime you see puedo preguntarle cómo llegar a, and it says, can I ask you how to get somewhere? Just know that you can also say puedo preguntarte cómo llegar a. Puede indicarme el camino a. So can you indicate the way to? So it could be puede indicarme or puedes indicarme. Either way, same thing. All right, so now let's talk about giving directions. So this is you're telling people how to get somewhere. So, siga recto, siga derecho, go straight. Gire a la izquierda, gire a la derecha. Turn left, izquierda, turn right, derecha. Está a unos metros or kilómetros. It's a few meters away. Está cerca, está lejos. It's close, it's far. So somebody asks, hey, ¿dónde está la tienda? You can say, está cerca, or está muy lejos. It's very far. Está frente, está detrás. It's in front of you or behind you. So, está frente de ti, está detrás de ti. It's in front of you, it's behind you. Pase la siguiente or siguientes esquinas o calles. So, pass the next corner or street. So, pase la siguiente esquina, pase la siguiente calle. Or pase las siguientes esquinas, pase las siguientes calles. Está en or está sobre la calle o avenida. So it's on or over the street or the avenue. Verá un or a. Or encontrará un or a. So this is like if you want to tell somebody, you'll see a red house. So you could say, verá una casa roja. Encontrará una casa roja. Como a la derecha. So it's like you'll see or you'll find a red house on the right. And that's kind of when you'll know that you're close. Es la segunda o es la tercera, es la primera. So it's the second, it's the third. Primera is first. So if you want to say like it's the second house, you know, es la segunda casa. Es el edificio o establecimiento más grande o pequeño. It's the largest or smallest building or establishment. So now we're going to do our spaced repetition review. So we're going to quickly review some of what we've covered already, all right? So So how would you say, I am 30 years old? Tengo 30 años. How would you say, can I ask you how to get to? Puedo preguntarle cómo llegar a. I should give you more time on that. I apologize. Mi pasatiempo favorito es. So, what does this mean? My favorite hobby is go straight. So, how would we say that? Sigue recto, sigue derecho. All right, now let's go to when ordering food. All right, so when ordering food in Spanish, ¿qué recomiendas? What do you recommend? ¿Qué plato típico ofrecen? What traditional dish do you have? Now notice for when you're in a place like a restaurant, usually you're going to be using the plural usted form when you're asking something. So notice I don't say ¿qué plato típico ofreces? Or ofrece. I say ofrecen, which is the plural ustedes form. Just remember that. ¿Qué opciones vegetarianas tienen? What vegetarian options do you have? Again, I don't have ¿qué opciones tienes? Or tiene, it's tienen, because I'm saying what vegetarian options do y'all have, pretty much. That's how I would say that here. Me gustaría pedir. I would like to order. ¿Podrías darme el menú, por favor? Can you give me the menu, please? Me gustaría una porción de. I would like a portion of. So if you want to say, me gustaría una porción de arroz, I would like a portion of rice. ¿Me das una porción más pequeña o más grande? Can I have a smaller or larger portion? ¿Podrías darme la comida con o sin? Would you be able to give me the food with or without? Now let's order some drinks, all right? ¿Qué vinos tienen? What wines do you have? Me gustaría una botella o una copa de. So, me gustaría una botella de agua. Me gustaría una copa de vino. I would like a bottle of water. I would like a glass of wine. Tienen cerveza, agua, jugo. Do you have beer, water, juice? Me gustaría un vaso de. So, well, let me show you the next one first. Can I have a glass of? Me das una taza de. Can I have a cup of? So what's the difference between vaso and taza? Vaso is usually like a glass with no handle. So if you want to say, usually a glass of water, you'll say un vaso de agua. Una taza is more of like a mug, like a cup with a handle. So that's why you would say, me das una taza de café, me das una taza de té. Can I have a cup of tea? Can I have a cup of coffee? ¿Podrías darme una botella de? Can I have a bottle of? Dame un café con o sin leche. So here I'm saying, dame un café. Now a lot of people might say, isn't that rude to say, give me this or give me that? But in Spanish, it's not really that rude. Like if I go in a store and I'm ordering, it's simply like, dame una, or dame un café. Like, it's not like, dame un café. It's, dame un café con leche. So it's not really rude, unless you're like saying it intending to be rude. Me gustaría té con o sin azúcar. Now, at the store. All right, so let's talk about how to say some things if you go to the store. ¿Dónde están los o las? So if you want to say, ¿dónde están las manzanas? Where are the apples? You say, ¿dónde están los o las? ¿Qué tal? How about these? You would say that if somebody holds some, if you want to hold something up to like somebody you're with, say, how about these? ¿Qué tal estos? Or how about this? ¿Qué tal Este, like if you're talking about this apple, ¿qué tal esta manzana? Or, you know, ¿qué tal estos? So that's how you would do it for how about these. ¿Cuánto cuestan estos blank? So how much are these shoes? ¿Cuánto cuestan estos zapatos? ¿Tienen algo más barato, más caro? Do you have something cheaper or more expensive? Barato, cheaper. Caro, expensive. ¿Tienen algo más grande o tiene algo más pequeño? Do you have something bigger, smaller? Grande, bigger. Pequeño, smaller. ¿Tienen esto en otro color? Or ¿tienen esto en otro talla? Do you have this in another color or another size? ¿Puedo probarme esto? Can I try this on? ¿Puedo ver eso? Can I see that? ¿Puedo pagar con tarjeta o puedo pagar con efectivo? Can I pay with card or cash? Tarjeta de... You could also say, puedo pagar con tarjeta de crédito if you want to be more specific. Credit card. ¿Tienen una bolsa or tienen una caja? You have a bag or a box. Now, let's do a quick space repetition review. Do you have juice? How would I say that? ¿Tienen jugo? Can I have a cup of tea? Remember, is it vaso or is it taza? ¿Me das una taza de té? Can I try this on? ¿Puedo probarme esto? I would like to order. Me gustaría pedir. Do you have a box? ¿Tienen una caja? So now let's talk about when buying personal items, pretty much at the store still. ¿Es posible comprar? Is it possible to buy? ¿Cuánto cuesta blank? How much does blank cost? Now we kind of covered that when I said ¿cuánto cuestan los zapatos? Remember, how much are the shoes? ¿Tienen blank en oferta? Do you have blank on sale? ¿Es posible comprar esto en línea? Or ¿es posible comprar esto por internet? Can I buy this online? ¿Es posible comprar esto con o sin envío? Can I buy this with or without shipping? ¿Es posible comprar esto con o sin garantía? Can I buy this with or without warranty? ¿Es posible comprar esto con o sin devolución? Can I buy this with or without return? ¿Es posible comprar esto con o sin seguro? Can I buy this with or without insurance? Now let's kind of switch. We're leaving the store and now we're going to talk about when making a phone call. Hola, podría hablar con. So if you call somebody and you say, hello, could I speak with? Hola, podría hablar con Rocky? ¿Podría decirme su nombre, por favor? Could you tell me your name, please? So this would be more for if somebody calls you or if somebody answers a phone of somebody that you call and you don't recognize them. ¿Podría decirme su número de teléfono, por favor? So, can you tell me your phone number, please? And remember, you can say, ¿podrías decirme or podría decirme su número de teléfono, por favor? ¿Podría dejar un mensaje para blank? Could you leave a message for name? ¿Podría dejar un mensaje para Rocky? Lo siento, ¿podría volver a llamar más tarde? Can you call back later? Sorry, could you call back later? ¿Podría esperar un momento, por favor? Could you wait a moment, please? ¿Podría repetir eso, por favor? Could you repeat that, please? ¿Podría hablar más lento, por favor? Could you speak more slowly, please? ¿Podría hablar más alto, por favor? Could you speak more loudly, please? ¿Podría dejar un número de contacto, por favor? Could you please leave a contact number? Or could you leave a contact number, please? Now let's talk about how, or some phrases you could use when you're answering a phone call. Buenos días, buenas tardes, buenas noche. Remember, these from the beginning greetings. Of course, you can use those when somebody calls you. ¿Quién habla? Who's speaking? ¿De parte de quién? Who's calling? Kind of another way to say ¿quién habla? Maybe it's a little more, it's not so much as formal, just a little more, it's a little more formal. We'll just say it like that. But ¿quién habla? Like, who's this? This is the difference. Like, who's calling versus who's this? Who this be? Who's this? ¿Quién habla? Who is calling? De parte de quién. So you can see de parte de quién is more formal. ¿En qué puedo ayudarle? ¿En qué puedo ayudarte? ¿En qué puedo ayudarle? So, how can I help you? Un momento, por favor. So that's like they say, can I talk to so-and-so? You say, un momento, por favor, while you go get that person. Lo siento, no está disponible en este momento. I'm sorry, he is not available or she is not available at this moment. ¿Podría dejar un mensaje, por favor? Could you leave a message, please? ¿Podría llamar más tarde? Could you call back later? Muchas gracias por llamar. Thank you for calling. So, let's do another space repetition practice here. Do you have this on sale? How would you say that in Spanish? ¿Tienen esto en oferta? Could you leave a message for? How would you say that? ¿Podría dejar un mensaje para? ¿Podría hablar más alto? What does that mean? Can you speak more loudly? Can you call later? ¿Podría llamar más tarde? Who is speaking? Remember, there's two ways to say this. Which way would you say it? ¿Quién habla? Or you can say, de parte de quién. So that wraps up our conversations with our phrases for conversations. I know this was a longer video, but I hope it's something that you can literally refer back to over and over again. Continue to practice, continue to study. If you find yourself in a jam, you can always pull up this video. If you know you're going to be going to the store, or you know you're going to a restaurant and you're going to be ordering food or drinks, be sure to watch this video to recap before you go so that you can be prepared for any situation. So again, thanks so much everybody for 100,000 subscribers. If you found this video helpful and you're really looking to take your Spanish to the next level, I definitely recommend you check out our 3 secrets to learn Spanish faster. I'll put that link in the comments below for you. So all you have to do is click that link. Now these 3 secrets,
we're going to start learning right now, and even if this is your very first Spanish lesson, you're going to come away being able to use a lot of everyday conversational Spanish, while also discovering how to continue learning at the same rate. I know that not all of you are complete beginners, so there's a section for non-beginners too, and if that applies to you, you can skip forward to the time code that's coming up on the screen now, or stick with us for the extra practice. Welcome to Post Spanish. Right, let's get straight to class. So first we have está bien. Está bien. So that's he's okay or she's okay or it's okay. Está bien. And that bien, okay, it could also be fine. No, it's fine. Está bien. How is she? Está bien. She's fine. She's okay. What do you think it would mean if I asked this question? ¿Está bien? ¿Está bien? Yeah, it's exactly the same, but as a question. Is it okay? Is she okay? Or is he okay? So maybe your friend isn't doing too well, and somebody might ask, ¿Está bien? ¿Está bien? Is he okay? So the question is exactly the same as the statement, affirmation. What would it mean if I said, no está bien? No está bien. Yeah, it's not okay, or she's not okay, or he's not okay. No está bien. And depending on the situation, we might say she's not well. No está bien. So we've got está bien. The question, está bien. So is she, he, it okay? And no está bien. It's not okay, she's not okay, he's not okay. Let's have a look at these next two. Libre and ocupado. Libre and ocupado. It could be a seat in a bar that's free or taken, occupied. Libre, ocupado. And how would you ask the question about the seat? Is it free? So instead of is it okay, how would you ask, is it free? Está libre? Está libre? And maybe the answer is, it's not free, it's occupied. What would that be? No está libre. Está ocupado. No está libre. Está ocupado. And you can see that I'm building up your conversational language without overloading you with grammatical explanations. It's more like I'm giving you pieces of Lego in the right order so that you can build your own conversations. And this is a key feature that runs throughout my Pro Spanish Levels 1. How would you ask the question? Is it occupied? ¿Está ocupado? ¿Está ocupado? We've said ocupado is occupied. And if we're talking about he or she is occupied, in English we're more likely to say he or she is busy. So ocupado can be translated as occupied or busy. How would you say he's not busy? No está ocupado. No está ocupado. And what about the question? Is she busy? Is she busy? And it's the same as saying she is busy, but in a question tone. Now, when we're applying ocupado to a woman or a girl, so feminine, we just need to change the last letter, the O, we just need to change it to A to show that it's feminine. So ocupada. And that tells us we're saying she is busy rather than he. So how would you say, is she busy? Está ocupada. Está ocupada. Okay, look away from the screen a moment. Now, can you remember how to say it's okay, or she's okay, or he's okay? What was that? It's the very first one that we did. So without looking, see if you can remember. Yeah, it's está bien. Está bien. So the está is he is, she is, it is. Está. And if we want to say you are, so instead of he is, you are, we just add an S at the end. Estás. So you are is estás. And of course, the question is the same. Are you? Estás, whatever it might be. So estás, you are, or the question, are you? How would you ask someone, are you okay? ¿Estás bien? ¿Estás bien? How about, are you free? Maybe I need to talk to you. Are you free? What would that be?
This is it, let's go.
¿Estás libre? ¿Estás libre? And we'll just take a quick pause here while I mention my very popular Levels 1 to 6 course. This takes the complete beginner or near beginner right up to a conversational level of Spanish in a series of very easy to follow steps. Now, all the lessons on this YouTube channel are supplementary, whereas the core levels 1 to 6 is very much a step-by-step program delivered by me, the same teacher as all the other videos on this channel. And while the style is very similar to what you'll be used to from these videos on the channel, the key difference is that every lesson carefully builds on the previous lessons so you can really feel the progress of going from little or no Spanish up to a level where you can confidently hold a conversation in Spanish. And that course download is available exclusively from prospanish.co.uk. So let's just add in the word for today, hoy, as it's useful for this part of the conversation. So hoy is today. So how would you ask? Are you free today? ¿Estás libre hoy? ¿Estás libre hoy? And going back to he, she, or it is, so we started with está bien. How would we ask the question, is he busy today? What would that be?
We are good to go.
¿Está ocupado hoy? ¿Está ocupado hoy? How about, is she free today? What would that be? ¿Está libre hoy? ¿Está libre hoy? And the answer might be, no, no está libre. Está ocupada. No, she's not free, she's busy. So the adjectives we've got so far are bien, okay, libre, free, ocupado, occupied or busy. Let's add in another one. Ready, listo. Ready is listo. So you could ask somebody with a very short question, listo, listo, ready. How would you say that to a girl? Yeah, lista, lista. And how would you say it's not ready? What would that be? So it might be referring to a meal or whatever. No está listo. No está listo. It's not ready. How would you ask the question? Is she ready? ¿Está lista? ¿Está lista? And the answer might come back, no. Está ocupada. No, she's busy. How would you ask, are you ready? ¿Estás listo? ¿Estás listo? Right, let's do the next two question words together. So, ¿cómo? And ¿dónde? ¿Cómo? ¿Dónde? So, how and where? ¿Cómo? ¿Dónde? ¿Cómo? ¿Dónde? How would you ask? How are you? Just two words. How are you? What would that be? ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás? How about where is it? What would that be? Where is it? Again, two words. ¿Dónde está? ¿Dónde está? So where is it? But of course, that would also be where is he and where is she? ¿Dónde está? And maybe somebody hasn't been well lately. And you might ask, how is he today? What would that be? How is he today? ¿Cómo está hoy? ¿Cómo está hoy? How is he today? Or how is she today? And what about you're on the phone to somebody and you're asking, where are you? What would that be? Just two words. Where are you? ¿Dónde estás? ¿Dónde estás? Where are you? Okay, next we have estoy. Estoy is I am. Estoy. So we've had he, she, it is. We had you are, estás. And now I am or I'm, estoy. How would you say, I'm okay? Estoy bien. Estoy bien. So I'm okay or I'm fine. How about, I'm not free today? What would that be?
Laying down smoke.
No estoy libre hoy. No estoy libre hoy. You might start with an apology. You might say, I'm sorry. Lo siento. Lo siento. No estoy libre hoy. Lo siento. No estoy libre hoy. And what would you say? I'm ready. Estoy listo. Estoy listo. And what would it mean if I said, Estoy en Londres? Estoy en Londres.
In the area.
London. Londres, London. En Londres, in London. How would you ask the question? Are you in London? ¿Estás en Londres? ¿Estás en Londres? Have a guess. What does this mean? ¿Estás en casa? ¿Estás en casa? Casa, house. Are you at home? Are you in house? You would say, are you at home? ¿Estás en casa? How would you say, I'm not at home today? What would that be? I'm not at home today. No estoy en casa hoy. No estoy en casa hoy. Okay, next we have ba-a. Ba-a. Notice that the letter B is pronounced more like an English B. So ba-a. He is going to, or he's going to. And of course we know it would also be she's going to and it's going to. So he, she, it is going to. Ba-a. Sounds a little bit like a sheep. Ba. How would you say he's going to London today? Va a Londres hoy. Va a Londres hoy. And of course the question would be exactly the same. How would you ask, is she going to London today? Va a Londres hoy. Va a Londres hoy. How would you say, he's not going to Granada today? What would that be? He's not going to Granada today. No va a Granada hoy. No va a Granada hoy. And if he, she, or it is going to, is va a, what would it be just to say it's going? Just the one word, it's going. Well, it would just be va. It's going, va. How would you say it's going fine? It's going okay. Va bien. Va bien. It's going okay. How would you say it's not going okay?
Decoy.
No va bien. No va bien. Quite common thing to say in Spanish. No va bien. It's not going well. It's not going okay. How would you ask the question, how is it going? So very common question. How's it going? What would that be? ¿Cómo va? ¿Cómo va? How's it going? So you could have ¿Cómo estás? How are you? But you could also have ¿Cómo va? How's it going? And you could answer, oh, yeah, it's going fine. Va bien. Va bien. Now, can you remember we learned he, she, it is, which was está, and we went from there to you. You are. What letter did we add on? Yes, we added on the S to make it estás for the you version of that. So if he's going to is va a, how do you think you would say you're going to, or the question, are you going to? Yeah, just add an S on it. Vas a. So you're going to, or the question, are you going to, is vas a. Vas a. How would you ask, are you going to London today?
Grenade out.
¿Vas a Londres hoy? ¿Vas a Londres hoy? What about a negative? So maybe a parent telling their child, you're not going to Granada today. What would that be? No vas a Granada hoy. No vas a Granada hoy. Going. Let's have a look at these next two together. Jugar al tenis, jugar al golf. To play tennis and to play golf. Jugar al tenis, jugar al golf. What do you think it means if I say jugar al fútbol? Yeah, to play football. How about jugar al rugby? Yeah, to play rugby. So nice and easy. Jugar al tenis, jugar al golf. How would you say, are you going to play tennis? ¿Vas a jugar al tenis? ¿Vas a jugar al tenis? How about, are you going to play golf today? What would that be? ¿Vas a jugar al golf hoy? ¿Vas a jugar al golf hoy? And what kind of answer might you get? Someone might say, I'm busy today. Estoy ocupado hoy. What about this more specific question? Where are you going to play tennis? That be, where are you going to play tennis today? ¿Dónde vas a jugar al tenis hoy? ¿Dónde vas a jugar al tenis hoy? Where are you going to play tennis today? How about
Decoys out.
going back to he, she, or it is going to? How would you say he's not going to play golf today? He's busy. What would that be?
Fire in the hole.
No va a jugar al golf hoy. Está ocupado. No va a jugar al golf hoy. Está ocupado. How about this one? Is it okay to play tennis? What would that be?
Incendiary out.
¿Está bien jugar al tenis? ¿Está bien jugar al tenis? I go back to I am. Estoy. Estoy. I am. Now looking at that, have a guess what I'm going to is.
Mali.
Yeah, it's got that same oi ending. Voy a. I'm going to. Voy a. How would you say I'm going to Granada? Voy a Granada. Voy a Granada. How about I'm going to play tennis? Voy a jugar al tenis. Voy a jugar al tenis. How about I'm not going to play golf today. I'm busy. No voy a jugar al golf hoy. Estoy ocupado. No voy a jugar al golf hoy. Estoy ocupado. So you can see how quickly and easily you can piece together conversational Spanish when it's presented to you in the right way and in the right sequence. And so just before we go to the section for our non-beginners, another reminder that my Pro Spanish Levels 1 to 6 course is only available to download on prospanish.co.uk. So go now onto the part of the video for non-beginners. Welcome back to anybody that skipped forward. We're going to stick with the same language, but we're going to add things in.
Deploying smoke shield.
So just start off with straightforward. He's busy. What would that be? Está ocupado. Está ocupado. Now if you want to say he's still busy, still, aún, aún. And it goes at the beginning of the sentence. So, aún está ocupado. He's still busy. Aún está ocupado. And another word that can be used interchangeably with aún is todavía. Todavía. We'll stick with aún for now though. So, aún está ocupado. He's still busy. How would you say she's still in Madrid? What would that be? Aún está en Madrid. Aún está en Madrid. How would you ask, are you still going to play golf? ¿Aún vas a jugar al golf? ¿Aún vas a jugar al golf? What about a negative? How would you say she's still not free? What would that be? She's still not free. Aún no está libre. Aún no está libre. How about she's still not ready? Aún no está lista. Aún no está lista. Now in Spanish, she's still not ready and she's not ready yet are exactly the same. So if we were going to translate she's not ready yet, we could also say aún no está lista. Aún no está lista. So how would you say, I'm not going to play golf yet. Aún no voy a jugar al golf. Aún no voy a jugar al golf. How about, she's not going to play tennis yet. So maybe she's had an injury. She's not going to play tennis yet. What would that be? Aún no va a jugar al tenis. Aún no va a jugar al tenis. So when we're using the negative, not, still not, it's just the same. However, if you're asking a question, are you ready yet? Then that's different, because clearly you're able to substitute still into that question. Are you ready yet? Are you still ready? It's certainly not the same thing. So when it's the question yet, so are you ready yet? We use ya. So, ¿ya estás listo? Are you ready yet? ¿Ya estás listo? How would you ask? Are you free yet? Are you free yet? ¿Ya estás libre? ¿Ya estás libre? And a bit more literally it translates as, are you free already? Are you already free? We would use yet. How would we ask? Is she ready yet? ¿Ya está lista? ¿Ya está lista? And using to play tennis, well, let's change it to jugando al tenis, playing tennis. So, it's playing tennis. The está jugando al tenis. How would you ask the question? Tennis yet? ¿Ya está jugando al tenis? ¿Ya está jugando al tenis? How about, is she playing golf yet? ¿Ya está jugando al golf? ya está jugando al golf? And that takes us to the end of this video. As mentioned earlier, if you're looking to become a confident and a competent speaker of Spanish, head over to prospanish.co.uk where you can download the full Levels 1 to 6 course.
Counter-terrorists win. Belt. Come on, let's go! Decoys out. Grenade out.
Shot, guys. 30. Hey, well, let's try a few. And it's overall, I think here that it's just really sturdy made. Let's have a look at how thick this is here. See, it looks like 3/16 thick steel here. It's really, really sturdy. Hey, well, let's try a few rounds with it, guys. So I got these Federal Magnum BBs. We're gonna have a look at this. Just pop it in here. Boom. Beautiful. So smooth, guys. Okay, so we got 3 shots here. We're gonna pop it at I would say we're about 5 yards here. We're gonna see if we can go through this door. So it's steel, foam, and wood. Ready, guys? Woo! Hey, I like that. It kicks like a horse though, because it's really light. But you know what? I really like this gun. Let's try another shot, guys. Oh yeah! Oh, there you go. I should put a little oil. This is brand new here. Just got it yesterday. I'll oil it up and hopefully it'll feed a little bit better there. But let's have a look at the damage here after this last shot here. Oh! Hey, that's beautiful, man. And the little spring. When you take a shell out, it just springs out. It's wonderful. I love it. Let's check it out, guys. All right, so we shot right here, and I would say we're about at 5 yards there, pretty close. So that's quite a bit of damage, and you can see how it groups pretty large because the barrel's so short, right? So it just spreads like a mofo there, eh? But let's see if it shot there through the back. Oh, there's a few pellets here that shot through the back. Now that's something to keep in mind, guys, because 5 yards, Federal Magnum BBs. So in the event that somebody's not liking you so much, and he's 10 yards, that maybe won't go through. But let's have a look here. 5 yards, we know a few are gonna go spread here at 10 yards. But let's find out how the Churchill plays out.
So today we have the Churchill 612 shotgun, and we're going to be dismantling it. First thing you're going to want to do is check that it's on safety, which mine is already on safety. Then you're going to want to put the action in reverse, make sure there are no shells in the chamber and that is completely cleared, which mine is. Then you're going to put the action forward and unscrew the cap on the end of the magazine. Sit that to the side. Then you're just going to want to pull the barrel straight out and it'll come out very easily. Sit that to the side. Then this will come out in one piece. Just pull it straight out and just keep that back piece on. And that's pretty much dismantled pretty well. To do it in reverse, you're just going to do everything you just did the opposite way. Slide this on straight. Have to give it a little wiggle, but it'll go in. That's good. Then we'll put the barrel on top, just like we took it off, straight in. And right there, then you're going to want to hold it with one hand and then put the magazine cap on with the other. And that right there is good to go. Works perfectly. Thanks for watching.
Oopsie. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get some rest, guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.